Okay, let's dive into a story about a heist so clever, it basically redefines the double cross. We're going to unpack a master plan that is so layered with misdirection, you will not see the final move coming until the game is already over.
And that right there is the philosophy of Keith Ripley, the man at the very heart of this intricate web. For him, thieving isn't just a job, it's an art form, a real calling. He's an old-school professional in a world of changing rules, and he's about to set the stage for his final masterpiece.
So the whole story kicks off when Ripley spots some serious potential in a bold, kind of reckless subway robber. He tracks down this younger, impulsive thief from Miami, a guy named Gabriel Martin, and hits him with a proposition that is just impossible to ignore.
Ripley, you see, he's nearing the end of his career, and he wants one last score. And I don't mean just any score. We're talking about the kind of legendary job that gets whispered about for decades. He offers Gabriel a partnership, a chance to learn from the absolute best and walk away with a fortune that will change his life forever.
Now, the target is what makes this heist truly legendary. These are not just any jewels. They are two Imperial Fabergé eggs, things that people thought were a myth for almost a century. And now, they've suddenly resurfaced and are locked away in one of the most secure places on the entire planet.
Let's talk numbers for a second. $20 million per egg. That's a total score of $40 million. You know, it's the kind of money that makes people do crazy things, the kind of reward that makes an impossible risk feel like a calculated one. For two thieves, it is the ultimate prize.
But, getting their hands on that prize means going up against a vault that's, well, it's less of a safe and more of a technological fortress. Romanov Jewelers isn't just protected, it's designed to be absolutely, perfectly impenetrable.
Yeah, this is not a job you can just muscle your way through. No way. It's a complex, digital puzzle box designed by the best security minds in the world to stop the best thieves in the world. Every single step you take is a trap just waiting to spring.
I mean, the level of difficulty here is just insane. You've got voice sensors, biometrics, motion detectors. The system is built with so many fail-safes that it's physically impossible for one person to get through. It actually forces a partnership, demanding two people work in perfect, trusting sync. But here's the thing. Cracking the vault is only half the battle. Because as Ripley and Gabriel start to plan, their world gets really crowded with some dangerous people who all want a piece of the action. Or, a piece of them.
On one side, you have Lieutenant Weber, a really determined cop who has spent 20 years laser-focused on one thing, putting Ripley behind bars. And on the other side, you've got the ruthless Russian mob boss Nicky Petrovich, who claims the eggs belong to his family and will absolutely kill to get them back. So the pressure just keeps ratcheting up. Weber was watching their every single move, Petrovich is making all these violent threats, and just to complicate things even further, Gabriel starts falling for Ripley's goddaughter, Alexandra, who the mob then kidnaps to make sure they get the eggs. This is the breaking point, right? The plan is in motion, but everything that could possibly go wrong has. They are totally surrounded, their leverage is gone, and the only thing they have left is a ridiculously complicated plan and each other. But in a game this crooked, is that even enough? And somehow, against all odds, they do it. They bypass every sensor, they navigate every trap, and they make it inside the vault. But just as they reach for the prize, the floor completely drops out from under Ripley and the story takes its first shocking turn.
Gabriel turns on Ripley, and the whole story just flips on its head. He was never a hotshot thief from Miami. He was an undercover detective, handpicked by Weber for the sole purpose of taking Ripley down. The entire partnership? It was all a lie.
So that's it, right? Seems like the long chase is finally over. Weber gets his man, the master thief is caught red-handed, and the young cop is the hero. It's a clean win for law enforcement. Or is it?
And this is where the real heist begins. Ripley wasn't fooled for a single second. He knew Gabriel was a cop before they even met. See, he didn't just walk into a trap. He designed it, he built it, and then he held the door wide open for Gabriel to walk right in.
Ripley's plan was never just to steal the eggs. His plan was to use an undercover cop. He needed Gabriel's access, he needed Weber's obsession, he needed the entire police force all as unwitting accomplices in a completely different game he was playing.
And that terrifying mob boss, Nicky Petrovich, just another illusion. He was actually Victor, Ripley's old partner, and Alexandra's father, who everyone thought was dead. The whole mob threat was just a carefully staged performance to keep the police focused and Gabriel scared.
So when you see the true dynamics, you finally see the full performance.
Ripley wasn't a thief, he was a director. And with his loyal goddaughter and his resurrected partner as his lead actors, he put on an entire show for an audience of one, the undercover cop, Gabriel.
And this reveals the true motive. It was never about the $40 million. This whole insane, elaborate dance was about one thing, and one thing only: loyalty. Years ago, his partner Victor was framed. This entire heist was Ripley's way of clearing his friend's name and getting sweet revenge.
And the final, perfect twist isn't even about the plan, it's about the prize. Those priceless jeweled eggs, they never existed. The real ones from 1917 were made of plain wood, created not as treasures of gold and diamonds, but as symbols of hope. The real value was never in the object, but in the story behind it.
So when the dust settles, Ripley has won on every single conceivable level. He clears his partner's name, he reunites a family, and he walks away a free man. And Gabriel, the hero cop who thought he had the master thief trapped, is left holding two worthless wooden eggs, fooled from start to finish. In their final conversation, Ripley leaves Gabriel with this thought, and it's a hint of respect, a recognition that despite all the deception, he saw real potential in Gabriel. A partnership that could never be, simply because their loyalties were pointed in opposite directions.
It really leaves you wondering, doesn't it? In a game built on layers and layers of deception where value is just an illusion and loyalty is the only real currency, winning isn't about what you walk away with. It's about who you were playing for all along.